Hi, my name is Ashley, and this month in Portfolio 1, I was asked to make three goals for myself. They're called SMART goals, and so although I didn't accomplish all three of my goals, I was able to make really good progress on some of them. So, my first goal was to create a shot list for a documentary that I have been planning to make, and it's just a bunch of ideas in my head, and I would like to bring them out on paper and at least make a plan for them so that I can go back and put it together. My second goal was to create a marketing plan and start thinking about some of the ways that I am going to roll out the documentary or potentially docu-series when it is completed. My third goal was to create a media plan for Lash Mommy, which is an eyelash page for eyelash extensions. So most people who do eyelash extensions promote themselves through social media using hashtags, and that's how a lot of people find them and are able to set up appointments and get their lashes done. So what I did was I created an Instagram for Lash Mommy. I was able to complete my goal, which was to post at least 2 times a week, and increase my engagement and just gain a bigger audience and therefore bring in more revenue. This is my business, so there is a monetary value attached to it, which I believe pushed me forward in completing my goal. So at this point in time, I have 18 posts. There are more posts that are in the archive. They're just going to go out when it fits in the layout a little better. There is a plan behind the layout. I created some original content using Canva with information on eyelashes and prices and locations, which obviously potential clients would like to know more information. So the more information that the business can give you, then the more clients you can pull in. So I created Instagram and I created a Facebook page. I also set up a booking platform, which you can click the link through Instagram and you can also click the link through Facebook, and they both go to the same booking platform. And like I said, I increased engagement. If you go to the Instagram page and you go to the top, you can see that there were a lot more views coming in as the weeks are going by. So it says this week you've had this many people visit your page. So the view numbers have been going up, engagement has been increased, and I posted at least 9 times throughout the 4 weeks, which I'm very proud about because I have been neglecting this page for a while. Although it is my business and although there is monetary value attached to it, I, for some reason, never had the push to complete my goal, or there was something holding me back from posting as much, maybe like a social media anxiety, you could call it. So I also created the Facebook page. I typed out the information I set up for the different types of appointments you can set, and you can click through the booking service. I invited some of my friends to visit the page. Right now I only have 11 likes. That number is definitely going to go up as the months go by. So in the future months, I'm going to plan for more unique ways that I can bring in potential clients to at least see the page, the business. And so the engagement's going to constantly be increasing. I'm going to be looking for new ways to do that. Also, another thing that I have done is I got a logo created, which you can see right here. It was created for me through a family member. I am proud of the fact that I was able to get this done on a deadline while working with another person. So that would be the first time that I have really, ever outsourced a task and worked like as management for another person who was doing freelance work for me. There is some work to do on the logo. I'm not completely happy with it, so I might have to go back and edit it myself. So I thought I had wanted to outsource it to a family member, but then I realized that maybe it would be better off if I did it myself because I know exactly how I want it to look, or better off if I did it with someone who had a portfolio that I could look at and have a better understanding of what they could create exactly for me. I also have a website that is being made for me. I put down a deposit and the website is being created and just waiting for him to get back to me, and everything will be up and ready to go. So all three of these platforms are going to be connected and you can find them all in one place on the website. So I did all that this month and I'm really proud of it. However, my other two goals did not get much attention. So my next point that I wanted to make was about utilizing time. So I learned throughout the course of this portfolio that I focused on what matters the most to me, which currently at this point in time is money. And the Lash page is something that is my business, and it is something that I do as a side hustle, you could call it. But I'm going through a period of time where I don't have much income coming in, so this was my main source of income, and so I took it the most seriously, which, back to my point, I focused on what matters the most to me, which was at this point in time money. So that is why that goal was prioritized and taken seriously the most throughout the entire course of this portfolio. Another thing that I realized is that I prioritized this goal for the media plan for the business. And I was going to say that for my other goals that I had a lack of time and resources, and that's why I didn't get to them. But in reality, they were not prioritized compared to this goal. Those two goals were not as important to me this month. So when I created them, I had thought that I wanted to, get a creative flow going and get organized in regards to that plan. But then I realized that it just doesn't matter when it comes to the other stuff. So lack of time and resources really just means lack of prioritization. I believe that whatever you prioritize, you can complete. Whether you don't have time, you find time, you make time, or if you don't have resources, then you do with what you have. So this month, my SMART goals: SMART goal 1 did not complete, SMART goal 2 did not complete, and SMART goal 3, I believe that I exceeded in this goal. So for goals 1 and 2, honestly, I did not even go back to them. I didn't even think about them throughout the course of this month because they just weren't important to me at this point in time. But for goal number 3, I do believe that I exceeded in this goal, and I'm proud of the work that I've done so far, and I'm ready to take it and continue to push myself throughout the months that come. And for goals 1 and 2, it has, throughout the period of this portfolio, I have realized that maybe I am not so sure if I want to create the documentary anymore, and I'm not so sure how important that is to me. So it has put into perspective for me what's most important and what I just work with the best, which is what's most important to me. So that's what I realized this month. So for future portfolio tips, I would tell myself that I should sit down with my goals definitely more than once a week, multiple times a week, but at the very least once a week I should sit down with my SMART goals. That means sit down at a desk or a table with a notebook and a pen and go to a blank page and start processing your goals on paper. I think that would be extremely beneficial, and it's not something that I took the time to do at all this month, mostly because my goal that I did work on was all virtual, so I did that while being on my phone. And prioritize while making goals in order to be more effective. So when I'm sitting down and actually making my SMART goals, I didn't think about how much of a priority this one goal would be in compared to the other goals, which is why I had the outcome I had. And I believe that in the future, if I sit down and prioritize what needs to get done or what I think I can handle the most and most effectively, throughout the course of whichever portfolio I'm in, then I think that I'd be able to make better goals and better progress. Another thing that I learned is that there's no such thing as free time. So if you have free time, then you should be working on your SMART goals. If you have free time, you can sleep at night, you can relax, but like other than that, I think you can always be working on something that is a goal for you, whether it's a SMART goal, a house goal, a budget goal, like whatever kind of goals that you have. You can be working on those in your free time. And if you can't work on them with a pen and a paper and sit down, then you can at least be thinking about them and planning them and thinking them through in your head. And I think that would help also. So I do believe that I gained a lot out of portfolio this month. And I do believe that I learned ways that I can exceed in the future. So I'm very proud of that. And thanks for listening.